Italian sausage soup with pesto tortellini. You excited, Chica? Chica, you excited about the soup? You are? So here we go. We got our base flavors with onion, garlic, carrots, celery. We have hot Italian sausage. You can get the sweet if you don't like spicy. 3 different types of beans that you like. You pick. I like to get these boxes of chicken broth and tomato and red roasted pepper soup, olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic, cauliflower, basil. Trust me, it's a lot, but it all works together and it makes a great soup. So here we go. Let's get started. Italian sausage soup with pesto tortellini. Today is a Monday. It's just one of those days. My son graduated this weekend. We had 2 parties, and I ain't trying to work hard. I got a house still to clean up, and everybody is doing their own thing. So I'm going to start early, get the soup boiling. It'll be even better by tonight, and yeah, we'll get to work. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to be chopping up the veggies. I did 2 medium carrots. I did what I'd consider 4 regular stalks of celery, but these were little, so I have 6 here. But always keep these leaves on. There's so much flavor in those. Don't ever throw those away. Half of a red onion. I got a half. It's falling all over. I did half my cauliflower, and I will be doing about 8 cloves of garlic. I like garlic. So it's been raining off and on. My husband and my oldest son are golfing. I have another son hiking. 2 are playing Fortnite in there, and they're all gonna come home like, "What's for dinner, Mom?" I'm chopping my veggies. I've got 2 pans going. I've got a separate one to boil the pasta because I really don't want too much starch water in this soup. And I've got one that I'm going to be sauteing the veggies. It's as simple as that. Just dicing up your veggies, throwing them in there, and letting them sweat a little bit. You'll want to put a little olive oil in the pan first. You will want to put a little bit of salt and pepper on these and let them do their work. Since I have the carrots and the celery and onion sauteing, I hold back the garlic because I don't want it to burn, and I hold back the cauliflower because I don't want it to overcook. But I make sure that they are chopped and ready, and once I'm cutting everything, just get it done, and then all I have to do is decase the Italian sausage. When you read the directions for your pasta, look at how long it takes, and you'll want to cook it less than what it asks for. I would say about 1/3 less. So this says 16 to 18 minutes. I'll probably cook this for 10 minutes in the water, and then I'll transfer it to my soup mixture because I want that soup flavor to get into the pasta. And if you overcook your pasta, yes, it'll be soft and tender, but you won't have as good of flavors blending in your soup. And yeah, pretty simple. I don't know if you've seen these kind of can openers, but I really like it. Check this out. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, so you stick this on top there, and you start turning it to the right. Keep turning. And then once you've gone a full, the full circle around, you loosen it, turn it back the other way, and you grab this little birdie mouth, grab the side, hold on to it and lift it up, and it is not super sharp. It's really cool. With that said, please make sure you rinse your beans. Anything in a can, you're just gonna taste canny, salty yuckiness when you don't rinse it. So, all right, I'm getting back to work. Time for soup again. We are sweating the veggies and trying to bring the water to a boil. Salt your pasta water. I'm getting my garlic in here. to start cooking with the sauteed veggies. And I'm going to take this sausage out of the casings. I don't know if you ever do it, but this is how we do it. So I just basically squeeze it out, and then I'll try to break it up in the pan like a ground beef or ground up meat. Plus, I think in the soup we don't really want huge bites of this spicy sausage. It's nice to just get little bits throughout the soup. The soup does make a large amount of soup. And you could always just cut the ingredients in half or even quarters. You know, everything is good in this soup. If you just took out one little component, it wouldn't be a big deal. There's a lot of different things. So I'm basically going to just get this into the pot, start cooking this meat and breaking it up into little bits. I've strained the beans and I've got them sitting behind me draining. I'll just throw those in last minute because you don't really need to cook them. You just need them to warm up, and we don't want them to break up and be little bits of mush. We want them to keep their shape. Alright, so just going to break it up in there. Breaking up that meat. It doesn't even have to be fully cooked, but you'll want to start getting your chicken broth in there. Please get no sodium or low sodium chicken broth, because think about it, the meat is already salty and seasoned, and the chicken broth is salty and seasoned, and you do not need to add more salt now to this. I just added a teeny bit to sweat the onions and the garlic earlier, but I will not be adding any more. So there is the broth. Here is the roasted red pepper. You can use just red pepper soups, just tomato soup. You can use whatever you like. Just get something that's a little bit thicker than the broth and that has its own great flavor that will meld good with the pesto that's in the pasta and the hot Italian sausage. So, yeah, pretty much simple as that. Thank you, Box Soups. We appreciate you. Soup that's kind of still stuck in the box. I filled this box about half full with water because we will be needing more liquid for this soup, but that gives us a start. And then we'll take some of the water probably from the pasta. Stove tops take forever to get things boiling. I have a solution. I bought one of these at Costco. It's an electric kettle and it heats up water really fast. And when I need to boil water, I will boil it in this kettle and then put it in the pot. Saves me a ton of time. Okay, our pasta has been cooking for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to strain it out and get it inside the soup base. And it's okay to get a little bit of that water in. We don't want to use all that starchy water, but we're going to need some of it to finish the soup off. So just try to get them all. So I want these tortellinis to cook about 5 more minutes to finish in the soup. And that's about how long this cauliflower takes. So I just did it in little bite-sized pieces, pretty simple. So that timing is the same for these two. And I will go ahead and throw my basil in. I get basil happy. I like a lot of basil. Alright, I'll get the rest of these. There's a few more little stragglers, underachievers. And then I will put some of this starchy water into my soup until it just covers everything. I do want this to be a pretty thick, hearty soup. Not too much water, but soup's gotta have the liquid too. So it's just pretty much covering it. Looks really good. We're gonna let this cook for about 5 more minutes. Then I'll just throw the beans in to warm and it'll be ready to eat. You can add oregano, you can add Italian spices if you want more of an herby flavor. I probably won't be doing that today, but it's a good idea. It would work with it really good. So just time to watch it boil. Really. One of the things about letting your tortellini finish inside the soup is that if you cook it too long in water or anywhere, they're gonna burst open and release the pesto sauce. You don't want that released into that water. You want, if it's gonna release, you want it to go into your soup, but hopefully it doesn't happen at all. But yep, these flavors need to meld together now. So we will let them do that. All right, now I just threw in the beans and we are gonna let that simmer together, and then tonight this soup will have married really well. Yeah. Soup day. Here it is in all its glory. You can see that I put Parmesan cheese, a little bit of extra basil. You can see the tortellini. You can see the consistency, the vegetables, cauliflower. It's really good. Yes, that's my offspring in the background. It's slightly embarrassing, but we'll roll with it. I have hot soup. All for me, because everybody isn't home yet. Taste test. Delicious. Just the right amount of heat, not too spicy. If you want it spicier, you can make it spicier with little dried chili peppers, but I think this is about right. And not everyone's home yet, so I can go watch a movie. It's kind of windy outside, so I can eat my soup, listen to the wind, watch a movie. And when everyone gets home, I can act like I just slaved over the stove and they can do the dishes, right? Until then, thanks for watching Scrambling in the Kitchen.